Hey everyone, we are back. This is Danielle, and we've got Guida
This is
here with
Gaida.
us. So this is again a brand new episode from Safe Streets, Arizona of our podcast. We're super excited to be coming to you guys. Hopefully every week. We hope to be doing this weekly, but we wanted to be sure to come back on and share our experience with everyone that we had this last weekend. It was such a blessing, I think, to be able to go out. And I want to say from the meals that we prepared, our initial container set was 125. And then the other container set we went through was another 100. So if my count is right, we served 167 meals that day. Yes, it was
Yes.
super cool. But we just had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with the volunteers and with the people. We all just kind of came together. We were all in different vehicles and at these different locations. And we had this group chat going of like who was where and when we were going to meet up. So it was a really cool experience. And I know Gaida, these friends of yours, they're super close to you. They've been in your space, in your friend circle for a long time. So share a little bit about what that was like for you and your friends to be there together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I had big smile on my face all weekend. And leading up to it too, them finding out what was going on in my life, they really stepped up to the table. They were calling me every night. Hey, what can we do? Can we help you out? I know this is a lot for you. You're already going through a lot of stuff emotionally. Let us take it over. Let us do all the work. And I said, no, I gotta do this. I just want you guys to be there and support me. And everybody showed up with such positivity. And I know you and I had to, a few of them didn't really understand what was going on. And there were some news that happened the day of course, right? I mean, it's never, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like the story of our life, Danielle. Nothing goes smooth.
This last couple
And
weeks anyway, for sure. Yeah.
right. And we had to make an executive decision to tell them what was going on without, really ruining what the day was all about. And in spite of all that, the fact that they still remained positive and we got there, everybody took charge. I remember I was trying to document the whole thing and I didn't even have to instruct them. They just like, okay, everybody, kind of set up, everybody took, one is serving this, one is putting together this, one is putting stuff together in the bag. My heart is just so full and I'm so thankful and I'm so protective of them because I've known these people for 3 years and they honestly saved me from the hardest times of my life when I was going through divorce. That's how we all met. And that's why I hold them dear and close to my heart. And they probably think I'm crazy because I'm always trying to do all these crazy things. And they're like, what is Gaida doing now? And the fact that they continuously support me and all these new ventures that that I'm putting myself in, I am truly blessed to have that kind of community. Now, that being said, Mama Bear gets all protective. And I know that after that event, something happened to where there were videos that was released that saying that all of the volunteers were supposed to be for the Masa Project, as well as all the donations were supposed to be for the Masa Project. And if I remember it,
Whoa.
and
Let's
if I
talk
remember
about
it
that
correctly,
shit.
it was a video that was, first of all, great job on the background music because it did kind of made me emotional a little bit. But it was a video saying that we stole all of the donations that night, so they're not able to feed for Easter, and that
It's
really hurt
hard.
my heart.
It's really, yeah, it's interesting because um that's an interesting comment. There's been a lot of comments that have flown through the internet lately about us, and fair, whatever, say whatever you want. Open book, open book to everyone, like everyone. Shit, my stuff's all over the internet right now. Every business I own, everything about me, everything about my husband. So if you want to know something about me, reach out to me. Send me an email, send me a nice email, and I'll be happy to jump on a call with you. Zoom call, shit, you can come to my house. Um, and we can talk. But I think I think understanding truth is one thing, and understanding false false truth or allegation is another. But um, to have stolen donations that were donated, I watched these volunteers, and some people that weren't even out there volunteering with us, but actually neighbors of Gaida's, bring over lasagnas that they purchased from Costco and cooked in their oven, brought them over to us that morning to go do this service. That makes it very difficult to have stolen that when they just purchased it the day before. So, I trying really hard to wrap my head around these things that we're seeing, and then the comments that kind of flow after it. And I take these deep long breaths and I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, all right, it's another day. What fresh new secret that you don't know about yourself is going to come out today? Right? Like,
Right.
he's
It's
telling
so
me things I don't
scary.
even know about me to me. It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And
It
here's
is.
the truth. We appreciate Eric, and we appreciate the Masa Project and everything that they stand for and the mission that they serve. And we can, I think, both say that from the deepest part of our hearts. And I think when people are struggling with things that they react differently. And that's what we're going through right now. And it's okay. And I think we're gonna see our way through it. Um, but yeah, like, how hurtful shit for your volunteers
I
and your
know.
friends. Like,
It's so hard.
they
And I
didn't
think I
steal
really
anything.
no, and I think I released like a few videos that day, and yeah, I have a friend that, has a huge following on TikTok, and she's watching all this happening to her. He's literally taking the videos and zooming into their faces. So we're like, one of my neighbor was like, "Thank God I was looking down and I was wearing a hat." I'm like, "But that's not what it's all about." And what hurts me the most is what we're doing something really good to the community, and the reason why I got attracted, and you too, to Eric's mission is because it's supposed to be about giving back. It's supposed to be about helping feed the homeless. It's not about two organization at war stealing from one another. He literally stole that experience from me of having an event to where I can just enjoy and watch my neighbors have the same experience that I had when I first started volunteering.
Yeah.
And I think that was the most painful part of the experience for me, to where now they're even afraid for me to release a content that shows their faces, because they're afraid that they're going to end up
Next
in
on his
TikTok.
list.
Yes, yes, and that's not good. That is not a good feeling,
Yeah.
because those are my family and my friends, and I get very protective of them, and I will continuously protect them. And that I can guarantee you, like, nobody's gonna hurt my family, because they're my thrive and they support me, so I'm always gonna support them.
What's interesting to me, I have all these like interesting facts that keep popping up through all of this because like we talked about on episode 1, or I'd mentioned, um I'm an open book. I don't really keep anything like a secret. I run another podcast with my best friend, and we speak very openly
Mhm.
about everything. I mean,
Mhm.
you name it, we talk about it.
Mhm.
And so there's not really any part of my existence that I've kept a secret from the world. And so, to see things coming out online that it's like embezzlement and theft, and now like the newest thing today that I'm reading, because I'm a member of this group, that I'm able to see some of these things. It's that I'm it's all about money. Anyone that's ever known me for any longer than 10 minutes knows that my time is far more valuable to me than a dollar bill. And so it's almost comedy that anyone thinks that my organization of this organization um has anything to do with financial gain. they don't necessarily know, or they didn't know until our first episode came out, like, what this meant to me. And again, open book. You want the records of the organization of this starting in 2023? Come at me, I'll give it to you. Like, that's like, it's, everything is so transparent on this side of things that we're not getting that request at this point. It's like this farce on the other side, and it's like, "Oh, we stand by you." Okay, well, guess what? Like, there's some real cool people standing by us right now, and we
Mhm.
couldn't be more proud and more happy to have them standing by us. And um we're actually so proud of these people that stand by the Safe Streets organization, because they know better. They know better than to lash out online, and they know better than to behave um with this malice. And um we know better. I don't have hatred in my heart. Yeah, this last couple of weeks has been tough. Like, I have never heard these things said about me ever before in my life. And I've been through some pretty crappy stuff. And um stuff I would never ever ever want another human being to go through, ever. And I can still say the names of those people and look at those people and be okay. And this sort of falls as a close second to that, with the things that are being said about me. And I still think he's a good person. And I
Mhm.
still think his organization is, there's purpose behind it. Um, and I hope he finds his path. Like, I hope he finds his positivity path, and that he recognizes that we don't have to behave like this. He does not have to behave like this.
I mean, I totally agree. I really do too. And again, not a lot of people knows about your kids, and I feel like the disability excuse keeps getting brought up, and I want you to just address that real quick, Danielle, because I think people need to know that what like your kids. Talk to
Yeah.
us about your kids.
Yeah. My story isn't just like my past and what I've gone through and the people I've encountered, right? Like, that's been tough. But my my son is autistic. And so, certainly to have the I have a puppy behind me. Certainly to have the, things about, like, not caring for an autistic adult person's feelings, or like stripping someone of this because of, like, no sir. No sir. And I have another child that has suffered for a long time with a disability, or you know similar to that. And no sir, you will not
Yeah.
say that this family in any way has not respected that. um
Mhm.
I live that every day. I live it every second, every minute of my day. And
Mhm.
um I love it, actually. Like, I love the creativity, and I love the I love everything about it. And um so yeah, that it's been hurtful. Like, all of a sudden I'm a monster online, and I've never my mind is blown.
Mhm.
I've never heard these things before. And yeah, so, like, starting, trying to, like, process this. And
Mhm.
um yeah, just starting to process these
Yeah.
things. And after such a cool experience, and then it's like your feet get swiped right out from underneath you. And
Mhm.
he's woken up for the afternoon, and he's right back at it. He's online, and it's like, what's going to come
Mhm.
today, and
Mhm.
what's going to be tomorrow, and who am I going to be today? Like, what character did you make me today? And
Mhm.
that's how I feel when I wake up in the morning. And um so until there's some reasoning behind the thought process, or some other means take place, it's I think that we just continue to um, love him the best we can from afar,
Yeah.
and um, hope that he.
It stops, you know,
Yeah,
it stops.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was so hyped up after that day. I was so proud of, my neighbors, the volunteers, because they literally took charge. We told them, hey, we're gonna be in separate cars. We gave away every single container that we put together. And I was so proud. I think I was the worst at like, I was the last person, or my group was the last person to give out all the food. And they're like, Gaida, you're not driving next time. We're driving.
I was
But
literally, girl, I was like, I ended up in a vehicle that had very little of anything, but
right.
with two vehicles paired to me. And
Mhm.
so I would see like a group of 4 or 5 of them, and I was like, "Woo," off the road, and we'd
Yeah.
stop, and then it was like back on, and then off the road again. And at a certain point, your poor friends were probably like, "This chick is off the hook. Like, she's crazy." But I couldn't let anyone go hungry knowing, like, it's Easter weekend, they're spending I always go home and I'm like, they're spending the night by themselves, and I go home to
Mhm.
my family, and
Mhm.
they're spending it some without shoes and jackets and things,
Mhm.
and I'm in a sweatshirt and pants. Like,
Yeah.
it's like this feeling of like, we can always do more and we can always do better. And so, yeah, I was like, I was literally like a crazy loony person off the road. It was nuts.
I mean, we almost got into a car accident, but
That
it
was
was fun.
you.
That was me. I told them, guys, I'm sorry. I'm an Asian driver. It is real. So they're like, no more driving for you, Gaida. I'm like, okay, fine. But I'm just proud. One of my friend, his name is Joe. I'm gonna like shout out Joe. He brought shoes, nice shoes, like really nice shoes and blankets, and he just offered it. He's like, hey, would you like a pair of shoes? She goes, yes, actually, I need one. Do you want another one? I'm like, yes, I can give it to my husband. It's just stuff like that really like melts my heart. And I'm so proud of them for just stepping up and not really having us hold their hands and just doing the right thing, and, not being intimidated, not being scared. And that to me was the best part of that experience, just watching them experience it for the very first time and make the most out of it. And then we got done. I got home. I was getting ready for dinner. I remember you and I were talking, we're chatting, and you were telling me about the video that got released. And um, I was in shock, and I just got out of, protective mode.
Yeah.
I think I was, still, putting together my makeup. I think I was in the middle of eating because, we were gonna like start with just like drinks, and then dinner's not until later. And I think I was eating broccoli. And if you go back to that video of a piece of broccoli, but that's beside the point. The point is, I wanted to make this video because I wanted to tell my truth, and I wanted to protect my neighbors, their names, what they did for me that day, what the truth is. And so I made a quick video of just basically saying that all of the volunteers volunteered with Safe Streets Arizona, as well as all of the donations were donated to Safe Streets Arizona. Meanwhile, we're feeding the homeless, probably the same type of people that he was going to feed anyways. And the fact that the video stated that we stole it from his organization, that really hurt my feelings, because um first of all, it's a lie. Second of all, the whole experience was not about that, and what hurt me even more is that I know Tom Palms helped us with setting up and everything, and allowed us to set up in front of their place, which was really nice and made it easy for us and the volunteers to have a safe place to set up. The fact that her name was dragged into the equation as well,
Right.
uh,
Literally, just we set
beyond.
up our own tables just to have a place to dish out the food. So the mere fact that, and that does fire me up a little bit, the mere fact that this is like a finger pointing game of like, you touched them and helped them, like, I'm not doing that, friend. Like, this is not what this is about. Like,
Mhm.
it was a space to set up our tables to dish out our food, and that's it. And
Mhm.
the the accusations that simply come with zero fact
Mhm.
attached to them is becoming absurd.
Mhm.
And it's hurtful is one thing. Hurt us. You already started that. Don't go hurting other people that you want to just wrap up into this for no good reason.
Mhm. Mhm.
And don't hurt good people.
Mhm.
That's where I was like, when someone called me, I was fired up about it that day because your heart is full, you're doing these good things, and it's like immediately again, your feet are just knocked out from under you because
Mhm.
someone feels like, um, the message we received was that everyone who sees us out in the streets and hears our name, I know, it's comedy, should call the police. And I was like, wait, what? For what? Well, because you're handing out stolen goods. Okay, well, what? What of what? Like the Costco lasagnas that were purchased like by our money? Like what? Like help me understand and help me
Mhm.
understand the people that believe it. Please help
Mhm.
me. Help me understand this. I
I
want to
know.
understand. And again, ask me. Ask me. We'll give it. I'll give you whatever you want. Ask me for it.
Mhm.
Open book. Full
Yep.
transparency. I'm see-through at this point.
Yeah, pretty much same. I mean, I think that night I received a really nasty message on TikTok that's calling me a thief. And again, I have to be the bigger person. I ended up reporting this person for harassment and blocking and deleting everything. And I think this week I really contemplated on if I should tell my manager or not. And I thought to myself, he has to know because it's been going on for way too long. It's just a matter of time. So I talked to him about it, and the fact that I even have to go through all that, it's really painful. And you know, but then again, having the grace, I remember having a conversation with my mom this weekend, and it's just like, Gaida, you're doing too much. Just maybe you need to relax. And she goes, it's a blessing and a curse because you do love, but when you do love, you love too hard and you give your whole heart, and that's when things go south for you. But the thing is, like, I still love Eric, and that would never go away because I remember connecting with him from the very beginning. I felt something. I knew he is a good person. Now he is a good person. He just makes poor decisions.
Yep.
And that's what's even more hurtful to me because I'm pretty sure at this age, this time in my life, I can sense if a person is a good person or not. And I truly believe that he is.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard to wrap my head around what is still happening. And I guess that's the most confusing part for me right now.
Yeah, and I think we've said it a million times over, like,
Mm,
this has nothing to do, I don't think, with, um I don't know what it is, honestly. He, like, a few of the things, like, you know, I don't know that we've ever actually said we have a nonprofit. We've never actually said that. We have an organization.
mhm,
Um, so he keeps kind of telling everyone that it's like they keep telling everyone nonprofit, don't donate to them because you're not going to get a tax receipt. Well, we haven't said nonprofit. Like we're functioning right now as an organization, and that's what that is. It's an organization just like any other business. And so for him, I feel like it's like a stretch. Like everything is like this like stretch to get buy-in. And with truth, there's a lot less stretch, I think, that has to happen. Um, and I find that people kind of uh, gravitate towards silence
Mhm.
in a sense. There's I think there's a truth in the silence here. And
Mhm.
I yeah, I don't have anything that I can say ill necessarily about him, other than I feel like this last little bit has been a, a series of poor decisions, but my feelings for him don't necessarily change as far as what he's doing for the community.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like it's wonderful. I just feel like he's on a path right now that's not
Mhm.
super great, with our names
Mhm.
wrapped up in it for whatever reason.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, he's made me really popular
Yeah.
online, which I don't
Same.
care for. I don't care for that.
Right.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, but to be
Mhm.
hated so much and still on someone's website, it's just weird, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, again, at the end of the day, I don't want like I just want it to stop. I want him to admit publicly that what he did was wrong. I want him to admit publicly that he's sorry, that he let his emotions, get a hold of him, that everything that was said was untrue. And I don't want to be recording 10 more podcasts talking about him.
Neither do
you
I.
know?
I had the coolest, so honestly, like I again, this isn't new. Like, this whole thing is not new. So,
Yeah.
um now that this from 2023 to now that it's like out in everyone's face, I have had the picture today with Gigi, so sweet. And the kids' toys that she has for me, like, I have another girlfriend that texted me last night and she's like, "Hey, can you stop by on Thursday? I've got a bag of like clothes and shoes." And my best friend's husband's like cleaning out his closet to make sure that we have like all the things we need. This isn't like, this takes a village. Like, this isn't because it's like, oh, we'll give it to anyone. It's they're reaching directly out to us now, and they have the ability to reach out to whoever they want to. And let's put that right there.
Mhm.
Anyone can reach out to whoever they want to donate whatever they want.
Mhm.
And the fact that they're like, I love that you're doing this. I love that you have this. I have friends in Tucson that are wanting to, because I've got friends and family there because I grew up there. So they want to, like, hey, when you're down here again, like, let me know, swing by, or I'll swing by where you are. I'll drop this stuff off to you. This is so great. I love this. Like, it's so cool to
Mhm.
have that, and people want to contribute to that, and it's simply because of what we're doing, and it's who we are. And it's who we are.
Yeah. And you know what I'm grateful for, Danielle, is I'm grateful for the support that we have, the support system from our families. I mean, again, I'm telling you, they probably think Guide is going nuts. After she took the Tony Robbins course, just like out
Right.
of this world, next level. But this past couple weeks, everything that I've been through, and still having my friends stand by me, they would check on me every day. Pretty much, my best friend calls me or texts me every day, checking up on me. My poor mom, she hurt herself the last time I volunteered with Eric. She fell, and even though I knew my brother, I remember my brother texting me that day while I was in the middle of volunteering and saying, "Hey, mom fell," and I was trying to kind of keep it together because I really want to finish my duty with Eric. I told him I was going to be there for a certain number of hours, and I really want to show him how committed I am, which I did. And think my mom is doing well. She's a-okay, but she's going through a lot of pain. And for her to even send me like "I love you" every single day, knowing that I'm going through something. I'm the luckiest girl on earth, honestly, having the
Yeah.
support system that I have, and I'm really proud of the volunteers and my friends this past weekend, and I can't wait for the new events that we get to host, and more people that we get to meet. And I've been getting a lot of DMs from all these people that wants to donate their time and volunteer, and that to me, and we just literally went live with our Instagram last week, and just the engagement, just the support, just all the likes and all the comments, I really truly appreciate it. So yeah, I'm very very excited for the future here.
Yeah, I get to work really closely with our volunteer coordinator, and I actually see her a few times a week. And so yesterday we really had this like great conversation. She was like, "I'm so excited. I want to know like which event's next and like what's the location and all these things." And I told her, I was like, "Girl, you're running a million miles a second. Let us catch up." And but I did tell her, I said, I think biggest thing is like we want to make sure that we prioritize events that make the best and most sense for the community. And I know, Gaida, you and I talk a lot about making sure that we are like getting people back into the society that they once lived in before and the way that they lived in it before. So, my our next big goal, I think, is to really connect with the companies that um, have the outreach to these folks to say, like, yes, like, get us the resume, we'll help get you placement. And helping with the job placement that's so needed. And because sometimes that's all it takes is to help get them the financial means that they need to
Mm.
take the next step in life and take the next step to living different. And yeah, so I'm super excited about that piece of it. I'm super excited about all the kiddo stuff and events for schools and events for the families in need. And we certainly have that part of our website that's for the families that need a meal, that need
Mm.
clothing for a family member. I know that for a lot of people, it can be really difficult to reach out and ask for help. And so I think that it's not necessarily like for the person that needs the help, but if you know someone that's in need of help, like let us know. And
Mhm.
we can send meals to your home, and we can send I know I come from um a church organization that I can tell you really from the time I was young taught me the meaning of service. And when every time that I have a really terrible heart condition. And I have had I'm like a medical miracle, to be perfectly honest, that I'm still here today. Um, but anytime that, I had surgical complications, I've had many surgeries between adulthood and today. Anytime that I was doing that, anytime I had one of my children, um, the members of the church would always show up and they would have meals for my family. And it was never asked for. It was like they planned all of this through coordinators behind the scenes, and they showed up to my door, and we had freezer meals for 2-3 weeks. And my husband didn't have to worry about anything. My oldest child, when she was old enough, didn't have to worry about meals for her siblings. um, I didn't have to worry about anything. My husband could still work, and it was such a blessing. And we weren't we weren't without a home, we weren't without financial means, but we certainly were without a mom that could do what she needed to do. And so I truly, truly, from the time that I was young, I learned what that like service looked like. And so that's what that's for. It's for everyone. It's for anyone and everyone. And if there's someone or something that you need, reach out, because I want our team to be able to, identify if it's something that we can help with and certainly do what we can. Um, but yeah, we're more than we're here for more than feeding the people that don't have anything. We want to feed the people that have things too, that just need support. And I want to like make that clear that we all need something sometimes. And so I think that that's a big part of what this organization stands for.
I agree. I agree. And yeah, to wrap things up a bit, if you guys ever want to volunteer or donate, just visit our website. We've been talking www.sfestreetsaz.org, or reach out to one of our teammates. You can email us at team at sfestreetsaz.com. But again, we appreciate you guys for everything that you do, for all the support. Thank you to all my neighbors, my friends, my family for always being there for me. And yeah, Danny, anything else to add?
Oh my gosh. No, I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait to uh really just come to you guys. Like Gaida said, I think we can't wait to just be able to come to you guys with like our like what did Danielle and Gaida do this week?
Yeah.
Drama instead of like
Right.
um yeah, like usually the most drama I get to talk about is like a rock hitting my windshield. But I can't wait till the love and support is really like wholeheartedly love and support through all of Arizona organizations, and that this stuff has kind of ended, and that we get to move past it all. And uh we're real hopeful that that's going to be soon, because I know that I think often about someone's heart being softened, and that just moving past this is really in the best interest of everyone. And so I'm hopeful, but I can't wait for us to be able just to like come on and like share our um donations from people and what we have going on next, and like where our events are going to be, um any new team members that we bring on, all of the really fun, cool stuff. So yeah, I'm just super excited for what the future holds for us.
Yep. Same.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, we will certainly be back. Like I said, we hope to be doing this every week for you. If you feel the need to reach out to us, jump over to our website, email us, or you can also hit us up on Instagram. We'll be sharing all these things on YouTube if you're just listening to us on a platform. But we want to stay really connected to you guys. So please, please, please like us, love us, and share us all over. And we will be back soon. Everyone, take care. Bye.
Bye.